Greetings, friends, and welcome back to the 3 Minute Horror Show. My name is Ben. This is Brandon Reines. He's an Edmonton filmmaker. He has a YouTube channel called Brandon vs. Movies, and he's also responsible for the Grotesque series of films and the I'm Haunted series of films. We're doing our Halloween series today, and we've already done a Friday the 13th series on Brandon's channel, and he's going to start publishing the Nightmare on Elm Street series soon. Today, we are going to talk about Rob Zombie's Halloween movie. This one is a divisive one. Some people absolutely hate it. I'm not going to tell you what I think about it until we're a little bit further into this thing. Brandon, what are your experiences with this movie?
I I'll say I like it. It was a good effort. I wouldn't call it a bad movie at all.
Yeah,
I like Rob Zombie's kind of hit and miss for me. I like
yeah,
House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, the Three from Hell, and it was okay. Um, I like Lords of Salem. He has some other ones I didn't like.
yeah.
This one was pretty good, and I see what he was going for. He just wanted to show like how Michael Myers' origin, basically, like
Hmm.
how did he become this killer,
Yeah.
which is, admirable, I guess, to try. I just don't care. I never really wanted to know why Michael Myers was the way he was. In the
Yeah.
original one, the movie opens with him killing his sister. It didn't
Yeah.
lead into it. It's just that's the start of the story. And then it cuts to him 20 years later and he's an adult and he gets loose and goes on a rampage again. Now we spend like half the movie
Yeah.
showing him as a kid and his rough home life. And it was like to watch once, it's like, okay, that was well made. But if you watch the movie again, it's like, now I have to sit through all this origin stuff again, and it's not that good. Like it was well acted and
Yeah.
everything like that, but the movie doesn't really get good until you start seeing what you came for, which is Michael Myers killing people.
I'll tell you that kid that they chose um, to play young Michael. I believe his name is Dag Ferch. I don't know how you say it. I don't know how you
Yeah.
pronounce it. I thought he was Swedish or something like that, but apparently he's from the South because he's like a rapper now or something like that, and he's
Huh.
got a real Southern accent. But the kid that they picked couldn't have been a better kid to play a young Michael Myers. Holy smokes. This kid looked like a sociopath. Okay? Um, sorry, I don't mean to besmirch your honor, Dag Ferch. I don't think that you're an actual sociopath, but the way you played Michael Myers certainly did come across that way. And yeah, his home life sucked. This movie is absolutely full of Rob Zombie characters. It's a There's no mistaking whose movie this is. Everyone talks like a Rob Zombie character. If you've ever seen House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, Three from Hell, 13 or 31 rather, not 13. Any of those movies, everybody talks like a Rob Zombie character. Everybody's gross. Nobody is not perverted. I mean, everybody's yucky. They're so yeah, they spend an awful lot of time on young Michael Myers. His father, his alcoholic stepfather, is played by William Forsythe, who's everybody's also a Rob Zombie regular in this movie. So if you like classic horror stars in your movies, you're going to see a lot of them in this one. Sherry Moon Zombie's in it, of course, because she's in all of them. She plays Michael's mother. There's a lot more time spent on Michael's mother than there is on any other character in this movie, maybe except for Laurie Strode, in the two movies together. By the way, these for this viewing, for these discussions, these are the first times I've ever seen these movies. So I'm a brand new going into this thing. First time I ever saw it. Um, so we've got his sister Judith, who is even wilder than before, and we've got Baby Boo. Okay, so Baby Boo, who spoilers, is Laurie Strode, like in every other iteration of Halloween, except for maybe the next one. Michael Myers is having a bad day on Halloween. He gets into a little fight with Daryl Sabara from Spy Kids, the husband of Megan Trainor, the All About That Bass lady, her husband. He gets into a little fight with him and another bully, and he gets called into the principal's office. But that's not the only reason he gets called into the principal's office. He also had a dead cat in his backpack for some reason because he's a little psycho. But yeah, on his way home from school that day, because his mother has to go strip at I can't remember the name of the place, the Little Red Cat or something like that. It's called. You see more of it in the second movie. Um, encounters Daryl Sabara on his way home and beats him to death with an enormous log. And that's his first foray into actually killing people. And then later that night, he does the thing. Except he's not just killing his sister this time, he's also killing his stepfather. He's killing his sister's boyfriend. And he's waiting for his mom to come home. Then we jump as Brandon. I don't know if you mentioned it. He jumps to the Smiths Falls penitentiary or mental hospital, and we are encountering all sorts of delightful crazy wigs. Malcolm McDowell is wearing a wild wig as Dr. Loomis. Clint Howard is wearing a wild wig for some reason as one of the hospital guys. Everybody's wearing crazy wigs in this movie. Even Ken Foree is going to wear from Dawn of the Dead is going to be wearing a crazy wig later. But we spend an awful lot of time with Loomis giving care to Michael while he further retreats into himself and creates these masks. Oh, even Danny Trejo's wearing a wild wig. Everybody's wearing wigs. Brandon, what do you think?
Yeah, I get sick of the whole. We even mentioned this in some of the in part six, I believe it was, just the
Yeah,
whole sleazy character trope.
yeah,
It's such a lazy thing. Make every character, especially the male characters, sleazy and perverted,
yeah,
and every character's like that. It gets old. It's not that interesting.
yeah,
Maybe if you're like a 10-year-old boy and you find it funny hearing bad words, you might find it amusing. It's not, it's just, I hate it. Every character is like that. And every character you introduce is just somehow, sitting on the toilet looking at a porno magazine and
yeah,
talking dirty. It's like every character has to be set up like that. It's so bad. And the thing is, it's not a bad movie. Like there are cool parts.
yeah,
And then it's like, oh, really? Like Michael Myers, his mom's a stripper, his stepdad's abusive, there's bullies at school. I could have put that together. That's just the easiest, laziest origin story you could possibly find.
yeah,
That's probably why in the original they didn't bother showing that.
yeah,
Because who cares why the way he is? He's just a little psycho. It's scarier if you don't know. But whatever, we get through all that stuff. Um, and then yeah, all the stuff at the hospital, again, it's just kind of like wasting time. And I know everyone watching it's like, come on, let's get to the good stuff.
yeah.
And then once it gets to the good stuff, like once I can't remember the wrestler's name. He's played by a huge WWE guy.
Tyler Mane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, that whole part in the part where he kills Danny Trejo, it's like
yeah,
that is cool. And then it really gets into it. But um, I just yeah, like the first half of the movie just kind of
yeah,
after watching it once, and it's like okay, like good effort, like it wasn't horrible. But now sitting through it again, like God,
yeah.
I just want to fast forward to the good stuff.
Well, I don't have that experience because this is the first time I ever saw it,
Hmm.
so I don't have the rewatching experience. But I can tell you that the masks that he made, I really, really liked. I really liked that, particularly the pumpkin one, the one that was the all orange that they like to show the pictures of him online wearing that orange one.
Hmm.
Before he retrieves his Captain Kirk mask, which belonged to Judith's boyfriend initially. Uh, but yeah, the whole catalyst for him escaping was a disgusting, very graphic, unnecessary sexual assault going on in his
Yeah.
room, where two guards pull this young woman who's just come to the hospital in there and they're her right in, are you allowed to say that on YouTube? I'll bleep that. They're R-wording her right in front of him, which he doesn't seem to really care about until they start touching his masks. And then when they touch his masks, that's a bridge too far, and he murders the shit out of everyone in the facility. Everyone is dead. I don't know about the inmates. He might have left them alive, but everybody else is dead, like super dead. And he goes back home to Haddonfield.
Yeah, again, like they couldn't have just had some other plausible reason for him to escape. It had to involve dirty, perverted guys doing stuff.
Yeah,
Like that's just like every plot point has to revolve around that. And it's like that kind of sucked. But I like the part where Danny Trejo, he was the one that always showed Michael respect,
yeah,
treated him well. And then Michael Myers just kills him anyway. And
yeah,
Danny Trejo's like, "We were friends." It's just like, okay, it just shows that Michael's heartless, right? And
yeah.
be a friend to him or not, he's gonna kill you. So yeah, I kind of like that aspect, but yeah, why did you have to have the sexual assault part? It was just so unnecessary.
Yeah. And so he makes it back to Haddonfield and eventually. And this movie kind of, in a lot of spots, becomes a shot-for-shot remake of the 1978 version, but with Rob Zombie dialogue added to it. As you said, kids who just discovered swear words for the first time. The women and the men, everybody's talking gross. But there are scenes that I could, when I was watching this with my brother and my nephew, I could point out and say, this is exactly the shot composition and everything that happened from the first movie. Like her coming out and her dad asking her to deliver the key to the Myers house. I believe it's the same exact dialogue that they used
Hmm?
for Strode Realty, that she was going to do that. It's just now Scout Taylor Compton, and I can't remember the name of the character actor that played her dad, but he's recognizable. Oh, Dee Wallace played her mom too. That's nice.
Oh
She's
yeah, yeah,
fun. And Danielle Harris got another part. She plays Annie Brackett in this movie. So Danielle
yeah,
Harris
yeah.
is
I saw, yeah.
back. Jamie Lloyd is back in the Halloween movies.
Yeah, it seems like he just did like not quite a shot for shot remake, but a Rob Zombie close remake of
Yeah,
the last part of the movie, and then he just added in an origin story.
yeah.
It's Yeah, it's not a bad movie, but it's just not one of my favorites to rewatch. And one good thing about it though is it's a good mask. We've seen some shitty masks.
Oh
This is
yeah,
a very good mask. Like
very good mask.
it's the next one too. So at least we have that. And the guy playing Michael Myers was good. He was just
Yeah,
like huge hulking imposing figure.
yeah,
Um so there was good stuff in this movie. It was pretty good.
yeah. Tyler Mane is good, definitely good as Michael Myers. He was the original Sabretooth in the first X-Men movie.
Mm.
Just a really big dude, and he was back when he was in WCW. He was Kevin Nash's first tag team partner, so they were Big Sky and Big Sexy, and he was Big Sky, I guess, because
Okay.
Kevin Nash went on to continue calling himself Big Sexy for 25, 30 years afterwards. So, yeah. So the two of them were together. He seems to be a really good guy too. Things get a bit weird in the next movie with him and everything, but I'm sure we'll talk about that. I'm sure you'll have opinions on that too.
We will.
Um, the character, they even had the Linda character say total work totally into her dialogue several times to as I guess a nod to the PJ Souls character. Um, from the first one. I noticed that as things got wild in this movie, oh, Brad Dourif also is Sheriff Brackett. Brad
Oh yeah,
Dourif
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
fantastic. Love Brad Dourif. Were there any other notable people?
We should really touch on Dr. Loomis.
Yeah,
Um, he is oh crap, what's his name? He's
Malcolm
escaping me.
McDowell.
Malcolm McDowell
Yeah,
is a very, very good actor.
yeah.
And do you like this Dr. Loomis? I know you hate the original Dr. Loomis. Do you like this guy better?
In this movie, yes. In the next movie, absolutely not.
Yeah, well, we'll touch on that when we get to it. But in this one,
Yeah,
yeah, I think he does a very good job.
yeah,
He's not as intense as the original Dr. Loomis, but
yeah,
he seems like a much more real character. He's probably the most grounded character in this movie in the fact that he's not a dirty pervert. He's probably the
yeah,
only one. He's a very good part of the movie. I love his scenes the most, probably, other than
yeah.
the Michael Myers killing.
Absolutely. Yeah, he was really good. Did you notice Bill Moseley in this movie? Because he's credited, but I never saw him.
I don't know. No.
I figured he must have been some sort of a radio DJ or something like that because he's done that before as well, Bill Moseley.
Yeah.
I know he was supposed to be in the second one, and we'll talk about that one when we get into the second one. But they even do a shot for shot, not dialogue, of course, remake of the scene where Loomis goes to visit the cemetery with the cemetery caretaker, and the Judith Myers headstone is gone again. And this time, the graveyard caretaker is Sid Haig, who's Captain Spaulding
Yeah.
from the other Rob Zombie movies. And I love to see him. He was a fantastic actor. Rest in peace, Sid Haig. Yeah, just great. I love to see all these Rob Zombie people. He's like Rob Zombie is the Adam Sandler of the horror genre. As in, once you're his buddy, you're going to work with him forever, like Sandler's guys, right?
Yeah, he reminds me of Tarantino, how he has these actors that he was a fan of growing up. So
Yeah,
when he all of a sudden has the power to make his own movies, he doesn't pick all these like new people. He
yeah,
goes and picks all these obscure people that he was obsessed with growing up in the filmmaking world, and then sticks with them for every single movie.
Yeah, that's actually a better analogy or than the whole Sandler thing. It's like a Tarantino thing. He probably sees himself as more of a Tarantino too. Friggin' Rob Zombie. From what I understand, this movie was hell to make for him. That the Weinstein brothers were constantly interfering in his process, and that after it was done, he vowed to never make another. That didn't last for long, as we'll get
Mm.
back into in the next conversation. But one thing that I didn't think worked for this movie was doing a shot-for-shot remake of Halloween, the 1978 version. Um, while he did have use of the John Carpenter musical bits, like some of the other ones they didn't have it. Like they didn't use it in H2O or in Resurrection at all, I don't believe.
I don't think.
Or six. But he did have use of it in this one. He did have the classic Halloween song sounds, but he didn't play them a lot when Michael would just appear, because he was busy playing 70s rock and loud Rob Zombie-ish kind of music, like he likes to put into his movies. And if you're trying to evoke the same suspense that you had with the first one, where the music was so understated, the only time you ever heard music, unless it was Mr. Sandman, Bring Me a Dream, was the Halloween music, right? When he'd appear, you hear the little musical stings like that, like that sort of thing.
Mm,
But it doesn't work if you're trying to do that and you've got like I don't know, I can't remember off the top of my head what was in it. Magic Carpet Ride by Steppenwolf or something like that playing,
mm.
right? It doesn't work because you're drowning out the suspense with loud music, and that's Rob Zombie in a nutshell. He's loud and blustery and sweary and booby, and there you go.
Yeah, that's just it's his style. It's kind of like take it or leave it. You don't like it, just don't watch his movies really
Yeah,
because he doesn't seem to deviate from that. But this is, I guess, other than the Munsters movie, I think this is the only
yeah,
time where it's not his original creation.
right.
He's taken someone else's, and I think I like his original creations better.
Yeah,
These how he's a Halloween movie fan, like a lot of us are, and he did his own thing with it, and it was okay. Yeah, it
yeah.
was yeah.
Um, yeah. So what do you rate this one?
I don't know, 6.
Okay. I am going to surprise you with an 8. I really
Yeah,
like this one.
yeah.
I really like Rob. We talk about take or leave Rob Zombie style. For the most part, I take. For the most part, I like it. I am a big fan of. I'm not necessarily a big fan of House of a Thousand Corpses, but I'm a big fan of Devil's Rejects and Three from Hell. I really like those two. I even like 31. A lot of people hate 31, but we'll get into the next one. Richard Brake is one of my favorite actors of all time, and he was helming 31 pretty much like it was his movie. Um, I did not like Lords of Salem, but you did, but that's okay. But yeah, I really like this movie. I gave it an 8. It had a lot of
I honestly, I
bluster.
would have given like the first time I watched it, I would have given it higher. It was
Yeah,
just after watching it again a few times and then
yeah,
realizing that like, yeah, I just don't like the Michael Myers origin. I think it's scarier without
yeah. I mean, you kind of have to have a shower after you watch this movie. It's kind of greasy,
it.
grimy, right? But yeah, I overall liked it. Let us know what you think in the comments, everybody. I've seen lots of comments in this letterbox over here that says that this movie is absolutely dismal and that it sucks and that's the worst thing ever. But I don't think so at all. So, all right. So, until next time, please remember to subscribe to Brandon's channel, Brandon versus Movies. And it's funny too, because when I watch the playback of these, I'm always pointing this way, which is where you are on my screen, but I'm actually pointing the opposite direction when I look at the playback. So that's pretty funny. Everybody probably thinks I'm ridiculous. But subscribe to Brandon, subscribe to me. We're going to have more conversations like this. And please join us next time for Rob Zombie Halloween Part 2. There's a second one from 2009. See you then.